Bubble-eye. Today I'll be making an Egyptian dish which is my favourite but not necessarily everybody else's, called Mombar. You have to go buy Mombar, which looks like this, it isn't pretty, from your local butcher. It comes with fat cells, I don't know if you can see that, and you actually have to peel them all off, and then you have to thoroughly clean them inside and out. So how you turn them inside out, wash them with salt water, and then wash the outside with salt water and leave them overnight in salt water, then rinse out the salt water. Again, because it is intestines, it does carry a lot of bacteria, so it is essential you wash it properly, otherwise you'll get sick. So I only have about 300 grams of Mombar. I only have here 300 grams of Mombar. So what Mombar is, it's lamb intestine. I have half a bunch of dill. I have half a bunch of coriander, half a bunch of parsley, and I have spring onions. You can use alternatively a large brown onion, but I'm going to use 5 of these spring onions. Then you're going to need a tablespoon of brown cumin seeds. You're going to need a 400 grams can of diced tomato, a tablespoon of salt, and then a tablespoon of Vegeta for the topping. You'll also need to add some black pepper and olive oil to taste. Okay, first things first. I've already washed these thoroughly inside and out, and I've drained out all the salt water from them. And I'm going to make the mixture on the stove. I'm going to chop up the spring onions and put them in the pot and put some olive oil in there. And once they've crisped up a little, got a bit of colour to them, I'm going to add 1 cup of rice and diced tomatoes. Let's get started. Now the rice and the tomato is slowly simmering with the onions, and while that's happening, I'm going to chop up very finely the dill. I've put the dill in with the rest of the mixture. Now one thing I should really mention is, if you don't want to use canned tomatoes, you can use 4 fresh and pulverize them and mix it all in, but I just like the chunks of tomato in there. Now I'm going to finally chop up the parsley, and please make sure the leaves are cut up as small as possible. And avoid including the stems of the parsley. I've thrown the parsley in with the rest of the mix, still slowly simmering the ingredients. Now I'm going to finally chop up the coriander, avoiding the stem as well in this instance. Now this is where you add your ground cumin seeds and salt and pepper to taste. The aim of putting all the ingredients on the stove for a quick simmer isn't to actually cook it, it's just to incorporate all the flavours together so that they're infused and so that we understand how much rice to be put in. It's already expanded, so it gives us a bit of an idea and some clarity on how much to stuff each Mombar with, or each grapevine leaf. After about 5 minutes of simmering on the stove, and with this, let it sit to cool. Okay, so moving on to Mombar rice stuffing. So grab the Mombar as so, and grab the end and then kind of flip it in like that. So then you've got the inside there, and what you're going to do is you're going to claw the rice into the Mombar. So, as so. I think some people use a funnel to do this, but I've been taught this way, which makes it easy. Now remember not to overfill it because the rice will expand. and it is very messy. So flatten it out because again, the rice will expand, but make it go all the way through just to the tip. What's great about Mombar is it's so thick that it's easy to stretch without tearing. Okay, and what you'll need is a large pot because you're going to boil it, and you just let it sit in the pot on a low heat. I wasn't smart enough to take off my jewellery. Please remember to do so though. Be smarter than me because it is very, very messy. So you can kind of see by flattening it out the thickness you'd want. You don't want it too full because it will expand, the rice will expand and it will blow up and it will be just rice water. Just a little bit more, make sure you go close as possible to the tip of the Mombar and then put it in the pot. Okay. There you go, that goes in there. Up to the next one. I'm just going to add that 1 tablespoon of vegetable stock. Okay, and then I'm going to cover it with water. So as you can see, it's now completely covered. And I'm going to put that on a low simmer for about an hour on the stove. Okay, so it's been about an hour and 15 minutes of the Mombar simmering on the stove. I then also took them out once they were boiled and all ready. I put them in a fry pan and just gave them a bit of a sear or a bit of a brown coating to it, and then pulled them out and now they're ready. So they look like sausages, and this is my grapevine leaves, so this is the vegetarian side of it. And I hope you enjoyed my traditional Egyptian Mombar, and remember to stay bubbly! Please remember to subscribe if you liked what you've seen today. And if you want to keep up to date with more videos that I post every week, click on the little bell button. Remember to like, share or comment. Thanks!